Hello students, welcome to the video lecture series on electrical installation maintenance and testing. In the last class, we have discussed the routine test to be conducted for the transformer, and we have discussed about 8 routine tests to be carried out for the transformer. Today's our topic of interest is the type test. Under this type test, we are interested for lightning impulse test. Now you can understood that we have to use the impulse generator. Before that, we know that all the dielectric tests check the insulation level of the equipment or of the job. So if the dielectric test is passed for that particular electrical equipment, it means that that electrical equipment is okay and is ready to use for our purpose or for our application. But if that equipment fails during this test, then it is not used for our application or for our purpose. Now the important point is the impulse generator. It is used to produce the specified voltage impulse wave of 1.2 by 50 microseconds wave. One impulse of induced one impulse of reduced voltage between 50 to 75% of full load test and subsequent 3 impulses at full voltage is to be applied. For a 3-phase transformer, impulse is carried out on all the 3 phases in succession. The voltage is applied on each of the line terminal in succession, keeping the other terminals earth. Now, the current and voltage wave shapes are recorded on the oscilloscope, and if we found any distortion in the wave shape, that is a criteria of failure. So we have to keep the eye on this oscilloscope. This is the connection of lightning impulse test. So this is a transformer which is under test, and we have found that in the previous video class, among the 100, we are picking only one transformer to test. So we are going to apply the impulse with the help of impulse generator on the high voltage side, obviously, and we have to use the oscilloscope. So it is not an oscillogram, it is an oscilloscope, and you have to measure the wave shape. The application of voltage for 11 kilovolt is 75 kilovolt impulse, 22 kilovolt if there is a winding of high voltage, we have to apply the 125 kilovolt, and if there is a high voltage winding of 33 kilovolt, we have to apply 170 kilovolt impulse. And the last point is the special test. So this special test is nothing but short circuit withstand ability test. Now what is the purpose of this special test apart from routine and type test? So if we are interested to rely on the transformer, then we can do this special test. Now what this test measures? This special test or this short circuit withstand ability test, the name indicates itself. Withstand means it has to bear. It has to bear the mechanical and thermal stresses caused by the external short circuit. We know that whenever the short circuit is going to occur, there results into the increase in heat. Therefore, High voltage terminals are connected to the supply bus of the testing plant, and the low voltage is short circuited. So this is the connection. The testing plant parameters are such adjusted to give the rated short circuit current, and the supply is made on and closed after specified duration of short circuit. The record of current waveform is noted, and there should not be any mechanical distortion fired to the transformer during this test. Similarly, no waveform distortion, and the transformer should also withstand this routine test after the short circuit test, and the reactance of winding measured before and after the short circuit test should not vary beyond the limits stated in IS 2026. So these IS we have to see, and we have to follow this IS for this short circuit withstand ability test. I hope you understood the routine test, type test and special test in detail. So these tests are surely asked in the in semester or end semester exam. One can say that with the help of this test we can rely on the transformer, and if our transformer is working normally, then we can make the high voltage and low voltage or low voltage to high voltage application as per our requirement. I hope you understood this concept, and in the next class we will start with unit number 5, that is called as estimation and costing, which is again a very important and interesting unit. And after the installation we have to make sure that we have to pay for the labors, and we have to pay for the vendor also. Thank you. God bless you all.